I will talk about that one factor that a lot of people try to avoid, and it has to do with action. Now you probably said, oh my god, action, yeah, of course, like I didn't know it. No, just hear me out, because it's not what you think it is. It's actually not about taking ridiculous action, but also not about avoiding action. The secret is an aligned action and how to really master that. And aligned action, it's like the balance. It's the balance where you take just the action that is necessary and act from your ideal self. Because if you can really just act from your ideal self, a lot of your results, they don't come just only because of action, of course, but because of who you embody. So if you can embody your ideal self and just take the action that is necessary to do, this is when your results come. And what a lot of people don't understand sometimes in the spiritual and manifestation groups is that you take action, and action is the bridge between the inner world and the outer world. So without action, there can be a connection between the inner world and the outer world. The bridge can only be built if you take the action, right? And I mean the right action, not just anything, but the right action. And it has to do with balance, with balance between masculine and feminine, yin and yang. That you don't just work a workaholic to tell yourself you are productive. I have operated like a workaholic in the past, and I can say it didn't work out well. On the surface, it seems like you are productive, but at the end, it's about your results, right? Because it doesn't matter if you actually work 20 hours or 1 hour, if you can generate the same result, who cares, right? If you can manifest still what you want, who the fuck cares? Now, what can you do to take the right action? First of all, look really to what kind of tendency do you have? Do you have the tendency to take too much action? And actually, the problem is in this case, you can't relax. And if you can't relax, you can't work properly. Like if you sacrifice, for example, your sleep, your next day will be terrible, right? Your energy will decrease so hard. Or do you avoid action? So just look at the patterns. What is your weakness? Okay? What is your tendency? And that you work towards the other side. How can you do that? Think on your why. Think on your why and your vision and how your ideal self will be. And when you write down your why, think about the pleasure that you will have, but also about the pain, right? Pain and pleasure are both necessary. It's like this balance between feminine and masculine, yin and yang. Okay? And if you know your why, and let's say right now you procrastinate. You just focus on your why, just commit to this next one step that is necessary. If you do my visualization techniques that I talk about in my videos, your RAS will activate your reticular activating system. Pretty complicated word, man. Your reticular activating system, and then your subconscious will automatically send you signs what you have to do. It will focus on the next things that are necessary that will lead you to your goal. You just have to follow this, and you just have to focus on the next one step. And even if you don't know the next one step, that can be your next task to find out what are actually your next steps, right? This is what you do. If you, for example, are like workaholic, take too much action, very often from my perspective, it can be out of guilt. It can be out of guilt and suppressed emotions. So if you start to become aware of this guilt and accept and observe that, this is when you have a choice. You act from the highest intention, like ideal self, if you act by your own free will. If you don't act by your own free will, you act by conditioning. You still operate like your past self. Probably even if you will achieve your goals, you will be very unhappy, and these goals will be by someone else. They are implanted in you by pendulums. Okay? So to look if you operate from guilt or something like that, or some other emotions. This is the key, and to start to accept this, and to let go of that. I hope this video helped you. And these are actually just the steps. You just have to look literally to what is your tendency, and then start with small steps based on where you are. Okay? Either you start to let go if you operate from guilt, or you start to just take this one step towards your goal. This one step while you do my other techniques that I recommend you really hard. And I personally recommend you also to track your goals, because then you know where you are. I know it doesn't sound sexy, like it really doesn't sound sexy, like tracking my goals really. Yeah, it's fucking really necessary, man. Because then you know where you are, know you can make progress. If you know where you are, if you know yourself so well and your results and everything, this is when you can make the best progress. So I hope this video helped you, and I have a new Facebook group, by the way. It's for business people that are interested in mindset and emotional mastery to scale up their business. And yeah, see you next time. Bye bye.